Salutations and welcome, friends, to the fastest 2 minutes in YouTube. That is the fastest 2 minutes in horse racing here at Trust the Profits, where we have a special guest answer 5 Kentucky Derby questions in under 2 minutes. Here to join me today, Gino Buccola. You can find him on Twitter. It's me, Gino B. Whether he's covering the NBA playoffs, whether he's covering horse racing, whether he's talking WrestleMania and professional wrestling, any sport you need, Gino's got you covered. Gino, are you ready to go through the gambit of these 5 questions?
I'm ready to rock. If you hear any buzzing behind me, it's because I'm a block away from the Long Beach Grand Prix, which is going on now as we record, which is fun. So my son and my girlfriend, they're over watching like the monster trucks and all the cool racing going on. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun over here in Long Beach right now. I'm excited. I'm rocking my Lakers gear. They had a good start to the playoffs, and I'm happy to be here talking with one of my best buddies in horse racing and on horse racing Twitter. So let's do this, Maddie.
All right.
But I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm going to cheat on some of these questions, but I'll get them done the time. I'll get them done in the time constraint. I promise.
All right. Let's see how you do. If I can do it in the time constraints, I know you can too.
No problem.
So here we go. Let's start things off with a fun one. What is the best name in this field of runners in this year's Kentucky Derby?
Oh, for me, it's got to be Hit Show, right? Because I love TV. I love Broadway. I love any type of show, a live stream on social media. You and I do one every single week on This Weekend in Stable Duel. But think about it. Must-see TV when you were younger. Seinfeld and Friends, TGIF, Full House, Family Matters, Boy Meets World, HBO Sunday Nights with Entourage, Game of Thrones, Succession, The Hit Show, baseball. Hit Show for me.
I love it. I love it. You crammed about 50 shows into that. That's fantastic. Love it. Well, listen, one of the things we try to do here on Trust the Profits is find value. One of the things you and I do every single Friday is try to find value with our friend Barry Spears when it comes to Stable Duel. So this projected field of 20, we're recording this in mid-April, so there might be some changes, but looking ahead, where do you see the best potential value in this Kentucky Derby field?
I'll give you 2, and they'll both be big prices. First one, Rocket Can. This horse is going to be a massive price, and what I love, he won the Holy Bull. He was second to Forte in the Fountain of Youth, and he's been wide in a lot of his races so far. He's shown the ability to be wide and still win. The other, Verifying. I think a lot of people will dismiss him off his runner-up effort. He can sit close, get the jump on some deep closers.
Absolutely, and he's going to get the trip because there's not a lot of speed in this race, and he's going to be right up there with maybe Kingsbarns on the front end. So I totally agree with you about Verifying. Now, if there's some horses that are presenting us really good value, that means there are probably some horses that might be a little overpriced or might be a little underpriced, depending on when you get there. So in your opinion, most overhyped horse or maybe horse that you just are going to be staying away from in your tickets?
Yeah, the top 4 or 5 horses, one that I think I'll play against will be Practical Move. This is a horse who's gotten great trips, honestly. He's gotten really perfect trips in his last couple. And to be fair, he might be the type of horse you think about I'll have another. Horses that worked themselves out, really great trips. But I'm going to play against him. He's gotten perfect up-the-rail trips. I'll play against Practical Move.
Yeah, understandable, especially now stretching out to 10 furlongs. It's hard to get a perfect rail trip in the Kentucky Derby with 19 other runners in the race.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, this is only mid-April, but we're starting early. So who is your projected winner of the Kentucky Derby at this point?
Again, I told you I'm going to cheat. So I'm going to give you the Florida Derby. How's that? I'll give you the Florida Derby as the Derby winner because the 2 horses I'm going to use in a lot of my exotics will be Forte and Mage. Forte, nothing exciting about that, right? That's going to be the horse who's favored. But Mage, I think there's a lot of upside with the horse who's only made 3 starts and can take another big step forward. Those 2 in all exotics for me.
Love it. And love that Florida Derby. Love Mage. Think that's kind of the wise guy horse, but I think you'll still get good value on Derby Day. Well, listen, for every alpha, there's an omega. And every year there's a few horses that maybe get pulled up going around the 3rd turn. So this is a little bit of a tough question, but if you already picked the winner, who's going to finish last in this year's Kentucky Derby?
One thing I don't love as a handicapper, as a gambler overall, I love when horses have a plan and they stick to it. When especially in a big race like the Derby, when their plans go awry a little bit, I'm not a fan. A horse like Confidence Game, we haven't seen him run since the Rebel. That was back on February 25th. He was supposed to run in the Lexington. He didn't. I'm against Confidence Game. I think he will be towards the back.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense there. Gino, thank you so much for joining me. All the folks out there, make sure to like and subscribe this content. Make sure to follow Gino on Twitter at the handle It's Me, Gino B. Gino, thanks again, and good luck on all your Derby tickets.